to ItsTeneca. Thank you for joining me on another Conscious Rant. Like, share, and subscribe. And thank you again.
This anxiety got me feeling like a little 3-year-old girl talking about my daddy. I'm gonna say something. I feel like people, and I don't want like I don't have like a gazillion followers anyway, but I don't want to run anyone off with what I'm about to say. I'm just gonna say it though. I feel like the women who call their significant others, their partners, daddy, you can't have had a daddy like a good daddy to ever call another man that. Daddy is very significant. Like mommy, my children call me mommy. It would hurt me so bad. Like my son got into it one time, and I was in his shit. I was like, and he was like, "All right, Teneca." I was like, "What did you just say?" I was looking around for what I was going to hit him with. What did you just say to me? Like I was looking for something, but really I just wanted to break down on the floor and cry. I wanted to cry about that shit. I was like, because I've earned mommy. I've earned mommy. I've earned it. You will give it back. I didn't say that. It's like, you can go. Well, that sounds like that right now. But when I get mad, all of Tenene comes out. She does. Okay? That's why I try really hard not to get mad. Like, I'm not easily triggered. I'm not quick to react because that shit is there. I lost our tempers. You can go. You can get the hell out. Get your mother. Yeah. I forget what all I even said on this one. I appreciate that I don't remember. Because, man, I love my son. I don't want to get into it with nobody. Especially my kids. But anyway, that fool was driving his car. Now, back on track. Teneca. He was driving his car while I was at work. When I only had one job, when I had 2 jobs. After his car went down a couple of years ago. Like when they ask you, how do they say, how do you intend to use the vehicle when you get your insurance? They asked that, so I already knew, like, well, I do average between 9,000 and 12,000. Like, I'm actually under that. I'm very easy on my cars. It gets me to work. It gets me to the supermarket back when I used to go shopping at Walmart or Sprouts or Whole Foods. Oh my God, Whole Foods and their olive selection. I love olives. Yeah. What was I saying? I'll come back to it. I need to get out of the car. I do. People don't see this. This is clearly an alien. It looks like that one gargoyle, not gargoyle, the gremlin. I see. And then while you're looking at that, you can easily see this. See these faces all over the place. I actually like being out here in the car, in the rain, but like I'm so sad about my car. I'm not gonna say, I can't believe it, and it's still on. Just idling. I'm sorry. Look, and now it's bright in here again. I'm not ready to go in. The way I feel right now, I would ordinarily be like just driving around. I love driving. I cannot right now. I cannot do it right now. It's dark and it's raining. I don't even wear glasses. Like, I don't have a prescription. I only wear it for the ultra blue light. Since I used to work in an environment where we had like 3 monitors in front of us, including the laptop monitor. And I started getting migraines from all that light. Anyway, those glasses do help me at nighttime. But I be trying to be back home, like, before it gets dark. I get off work. I mean, like, I get to the second job from the day job. The day job is across town. And so I got new neighbors I didn't know about. That's what happens when you sit out here. You get to see some of the traffic. There's so many beautiful little families over here. I want my windows tinted darker too. Not so that I can sit in the parking lot and look at my neighbors. I swear to God, that's not why I want them dark. I just want them dark. I just like darkly tinted windows. That's all. I don't mind being seen. I don't want to be seen just sitting in the car like I was waiting for you to get home from work and park under the carport. That I'm not going to pay $50 extra just so I can park under there. So it's luxuries that I don't have living in this townhome. That breakdown, it wasn't a breakdown. I blew a little gasket yesterday at the Advanced Auto place. I got in there and I was trying to explain to them that the car, I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to say the difference in the mileage in a year and 3 months. August, September, October, November, December, January. A year and a half, basically. How many years worth have been driven on that? Where if I had it myself, I might be at 60,000. From 49,000, I might have gone up to 60,000 if I was driving it myself. I'm saying that even though I know damn well I wouldn't. But that will never happen again. That's all. That's all. I'm learning. And I could throw so much disappointment outwards. I could strike a few people with it. But I don't. I keep my shit to myself. Because this is a matter of my opinion about behaviors and about incidents and things that have transpired. This is just my perspective. I'm not the only one in a situation. So, and relevance, you know? You see much when you're sitting in the car. In the dark. Ah! It's supposed to be a hood, but it looks like a seed. I like the Pirates of the Caribbean series. I want to see the newest movie that's coming. And I'm a huge Johnny Depp fan. Since 21 Jump Street. What else was he on? What was he on before 21 Jump Street? Or was that the debut? It's so sad what the public display of affection between him and, I guess, who is his ex. them going to court in front of everyone. That's a part of what I was going off about when I was at the advanced place. I got so frustrated with myself. I mean, definitely with my son first, and then with myself, with my situation with my car. And I had a whole, like, hissy fit, like, as I was in there explaining, I was like, you know what this really is? This is a millennial who, he didn't earn the car. So, you know, whatever business that he thought he was taking care of in the car, like, while I'm at work working my ass off, like, that's one thing. But I was like, you know what? I still shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be here like this. I covered myself with a husband. Yes, my first husband. Like, I had a boyfriend that I was in love with, and he broke up with me. And while I was in my heartbreak, and slipped out of a huge pageant that an activist, she's iconic, invited me to it. Forfeit that. I was so brokenhearted, man. Anyway, I went off and I got married. My very first boyfriend came back from basic training out of nowhere. We hadn't been talking, no letters, no communication at all. Nothing. My girlfriend told me to meet him at the hotel, and I met him at the hotel. Never been to a hotel outside of with our church that travels down to San Antonio, where it's hot as hell. Oh my gosh. San Antonio is so freak out. They're like, they are so hot. It's hot there. Anyway, I went to the hotel. The next morning, he was like, let's get married. And I was like, you know, I ain't even right now. Like, I'm still heartbroken over my ex. You know, the guy that I finally gave a real chance. I finally gave him a chance. And I was completely honest with him about about my first boyfriend. I was like, anyway, so that's gone. But anyway, we didn't marry for love per se. We loved each other in that because we were each other's first everything. But we were not in love like people should be if they're choosing to get married. That I don't want to live another day without you right here by my side. That's not what my first marriage was. We were young. I was 18, he was 19, whatever. And so, and I healed. I healed from that. But anyway, to have, like, we didn't get married for necessarily the right reasons, but I got straightened all the way out whenever I was overseas. I wasn't surrounded by people my age that was talking that shit that could destroy a marriage. I was surrounded by women, like if I was just 18 and he was 19, it's like these women were like, they're not women, the couples, the man and the woman, they were like in their late 30s and 40s. They were not talking about that division. They were like, okay, you just need to calm down. Okay, he said what to you and he slammed the door? Okay, well, young lady, you're going to be all right. I was like, but he, and I, I'm just 18. I was a gushing wound. I was like, I don't, you can't tell me that I'm acting like a bitch if you're being mean to me. You think I'm not going to react? You think I'm not going to stand up for myself? And they were just like, yeah, we ain't talking about your boyfriend. We're talking about your husband. There's a communication issue, young lady. Anyway, you don't like my cooking? I ain't never gonna cook for you never again. So I see them the next day. How'd that dinner go? I threw it on the floor and left it in the kitchen, and I refused to clean it up because he was talking trash about it, and he refused to clean it up because all he did was be honest about how terrible. Well, it wasn't terrible. I just forgot to put the butter and the macaroni, and so when he picked up the pan or the pot that had the the macaroni in it. The whole pot came up off of the counter, and he had no filter, because we were like best friends. Like when we were kids, we were more like brother and sister. To be married at 18, 19 years old. Anyway, because of the guidance that I got, I wasn't just half-assed there. Man, I loved him, and I did try. I did. I'd never betrayed him, never played with his money. I protected his money. And that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to protect each other. But anyway, that didn't work out. I got married again some years later. A gentleman is a little bit older than me. I broke down. It wasn't a breakdown. It's like a blowout. Yeah. Because it wasn't a breakdown. I wasn't crying and snotting and shit. I was just like, this ain't fair. I got underneath and was like, I was invited underneath the wing, underneath the covering. You couldn't have told me I was going to be divorced. I wasn't married, thinking about whoever I left behind before. I was loyal. I was dutiful. When someone asked me, when someone asked me to alter things about myself and about my ideals, what I cooked, how I cooked, my cleaning products, my disposition as a woman, like, I conformed when it was appropriate to do so. And I stuck true to who I was as much as I possibly could. But I was not abusive. Like, how could I be with someone? Because like in my mind, if I have not betrayed you, like when I hear other couples talk about their shit, I'm like, okay, so technically, no one has actually done anything wrong. You have somehow fallen out of touch with each other, fallen out of love with each other. Like, I don't know how to say it, but she didn't hit you, you didn't hit her. He didn't cheat on you, you didn't cheat on him. Neither one of you went out and spent all the fucking money and got us put out. What possibly came between you? What the hell happened? I don't know if it's the same thing that happened to me. It's like, I can weather anything, but like, don't you lie to me, and don't cheat on me. Don't lie to me and then don't cheat on me. And don't you be mean to me. Don't be mean to me. That was all for me. You can watch your sports. Oh, you like to go out to the club? You can go out to the club. Oh, you want to travel and go with friends and shit and go all over the place? Okay. Like, I'm clingy if you're there with me, but like, if we have as much space you can handle, as much space you can have. Like, I thought I showed up beautifully in my marriages. I'm not saying I was perfect. Like, that's still in me. Like, I'm not in love with anyone right now. I don't know, because I'm not being emotionally or intimately stimulated. I'm on a grind. And I'm not necessarily like uncomfortable. I'm going through it and taking it as it comes and moving with it. I'm going with the current. It is uncomfortable, but hey, I'm here and I'm good. But as far as being like fit, I'm just saying that I'm not tethered to anyone like that. But it's like, as I'm looking around and I'm seeing how others are moving just in the world, and some of the I don't know, what have become societal norms, what is considered normal right now for the average human being, what to expect.
It's the entire absence
I'm
of
just
people
like,
who care about their family names, about their own reputation, about how they show up to society and to their partners especially.
anyway, I was mad. I don't get mad about pumping my own gas, or mad about washing my own car, or mad that I had to take the car for it, or just for regular servicing. That's not bad. But like when my shit gets really, really tough, I do think about that. Like I feel bad, or I can feel really bad about not keeping a husband. Not necessarily like those specific guys that I married, but I mean, I felt accomplished and proud of making sure that they were ready. The dutiful wife. I'm ashamed of you doing your own laundry. I want to be included in your brainstorming, that you're bouncing ideas off of me and trusting me with it. You know what I mean? Like, you can't move like that when you're holding space for others in your heart. It's a space that's supposed to be just for me in that way. I have never had that. I have never had that space. It's a sacred space. And when I'm with someone, I give them that shit. I'm not dipping and dotting back to any of my exes. I don't do that shit. I don't do that. I'm loyal. Yet I am by myself. Now I am not lonely. Even if all hell wasn't breaking loose right now, right? Even without that, I'm not lonely. I don't ever actually feel alone. I was thinking about that earlier today. It's like even when I was a little girl, my sisters were doing whatever they were doing. Like I wasn't looking for my friends. I had some. If they came over or wanted me to come over, you know, and our parents talk. Like to go from getting married, from being with my parents, then to getting married as a senior in high school at 18. I came out of that marriage with 3 babies, 3 toddlers. I just remember I refused to move back home to the state that I'm from. I refused. I was like, I need to know that I can make it by myself with these children. Because once I go back into that cushion of my family, this is a tribe of single women. Not by choice. They tried. We tried. We did. And I know a lot of people like to talk that shit. Well, like, you know, maybe it's your mouth that costs. You know, it's the angry black woman or the stereotypical black woman. The women that I know, they were very, very balanced. In the end, there was an imbalance because they had to step more into their male energy once whatever blowout would happen with their with their spouses. But there's a difference in to be an independent woman, a so-called independent woman. I don't want to say so-called because that is some real shit. And if you are that, then you've earned that. But there's a difference in claiming your independence. It's a declaration that you gave to yourself that you needed whatever. I mean, you have it just by doing what you're supposed to be doing, which is taking care of yourself, unless and until you get married and come into union with someone else who decides to share. You both share the weight, the responsibility of bearing the weight. How did we get on this subject? Why are you guys steadily talking about relationships and It says out of the mouth speaks the heart. So, okay. Because I was mad about the car. Plus, this is one of the reasons why I got rid of so many of the journals that I had. Or I got rid of them like 2 years ago. A lot. I only have a few left. Because when I read things from the past, obviously I step into the energy of whatever I was reading. There is so much disappointment and heartbreak in my journal. Not just from men, from women also. Friends, family, significant others. Like, it's like, God, you let them come from the front, the back, the left, the right, the top, and the bottom. Did I pass your test, God? Is it bad to like ask God a rhetorical question? I didn't mean it. I wasn't trying to be a smarty. I'm still in the car. This is like my third time doing this. I used to do this a lot. When my children were toddlers, I would just be in the car, riding. And then I got a cell phone, and I would just be in the car on the cell phone. I love my place, so it's not like I'm trying not to go in or anything like that. I'm not trying not to. I'm so dry. So I left my water at home. And I only had like a couple of orange juices at work today. I was just busy. Out of water. I gotta go. Okay? I gotta go. I actually have this Berkey, it's a Berkey filter system that my ex-husband gave me, that he bought for me and the kids. I don't know how to fix that. I just gotta look at a couple of videos and order something maybe to help me to fix it. But that gives out so many gallons of water. All I gotta do is keep filling up the water and cleaning it every so many months. It is just like a wonderful system. I should not be buying water. See, like in my head just now, I caught myself. I was like, oh, I'll clean that this weekend since I'm off work. No. I have some other deep cleaning things to do. I'm saying deep cleaning is deep cleaning because I haven't cleaned it. You guys should see my bedroom. But I'm coming out of it. I've been doing a little bit here and there. It's just the bedroom. The rest of the house is okay. The bedroom is definitely a reflection of what is in my head and in my heart right now. And the same for my purse, and the same for my car. A woman's car, that purse, and the bedroom. Yeah, all my stuff is telling on me right now. I can't say telling me because, like, I'm not trying to hide anything or anything like that. I'm just being tease water to ease. Okay, I'm gonna add the car. I'll come back. I will come back. I'll be back. My rain coat. It might even be a cape.